Dímelo mi gente, what's going on? It's your boy Aj El Kallejero y espero que disfruten esta entrevista exclusiva, todo cortesía de landrecap.com. Yo hablando con la señorita linda Cat Dahlia.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? Les saludo Don Omar, invitándoles a que se queden en sintonía de esta misma emisora. Tu emisora, Red Link Radio, la red urbana musical más grande del ciberespacio.
Dímelo mi gente, what's going on? It's your boy Aj El Kallejero, lunes a viernes de 2 a 5 de la tarde aquí en la emisora cibernética de Don Omar. It's all about la zona urbana right here on redlinkradio.com. Y ya saben, hay que apoyar el movimiento latino, especialmente las mujeres en la industria. And on the lines right now, I got the beautiful, I got the sexy Cat Dahlia. What's going on, baby?
What up, baby? How are you?
Let me tell you something, baby girl. You're off the hook. You're incredible.
Thank you.
I'm in love. I'm in love.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
So talk to me, baby girl. So I heard you in a song right there that you just did. You're representing Miami, but as well as Hudson County 201.
Yeah, so I was living in Hudson County for a while. I'm still living in Hudson County now in Jersey after I moved away from Miami, and I moved up here.
That's awesome because I'm actually from West New York, so we're actually
I'm
neighbors.
living in West New York right now.
Get out of here. So we're going to have to talk about this and link up and maybe, make some more music or whatnot. So, Kat, talk to me. You're killing the internet right now a través de todas las redes sociales. You got this new project coming out. Can you please talk to us about your new album that's debuting soon?
Yeah, so I got an album coming out called My Garden, and it's coming out in September. It's going to have Gangsta on there. I have a 3-song bundle out on iTunes now. It's called Gangsta, and it's got 3 songs on there, Mirror and Money Party. And My Garden is just gonna be dopeness, yo. I just want to bring some new flavor to the game right now, and I'm also gonna be recording a Spanish album in a few weeks, and that's gonna come out around the same time as My Garden.
So that's what you're doing. Your debut album will have your debut will be an English album and an album in Spanish?
Well, it's not going to be like a Spanish version. It's going to be a whole nother album in Spanish. It's going to be like, if we feel like we can, I already did a Spanish version of Gangsta, which came out dope. But as you know, sometimes when you're translating things, they just don't sound as amazing. Like you say a Pepe joke in English, and people are like, I don't get it.
Who's
you know
Pepe?
what I mean?
Who's Pepe,
exactly.
right?
So it's kind of like that whole thing. So we're probably going to be doing a lot of new songs, but we might end up doing like a couple Spanish versions of the originals.
Okay, is there going to be any collaborations on the albums?
Right now, it's just collaborations with producers. So I'm in with Timbaland tonight. I just cut a couple records with Salam Remy, which came out amazingly dope. I got a couple songs with Doc McKinney, the Weeknd's producer, and we're just doing it, yo. I'm just happy.
You're working hard, mi amor, ¿verdad?
Yeah, baby, I'm working.
The people that influenced you para seguir esta carrera en la música, ¿quiénes fueron?
Bueno, I was always listening to, when I was a kid, I was listening to pop. I was listening to NSYNC and Britney Spears, but when I got older, I was listening to classic rock. I was listening to the Beatles. I was listening to Jim Morrison, Led Zeppelin, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, and then Louis Armstrong. I started getting into jazz, and I was listening to Ella Fitzgerald, and then I started getting into Frank Sinatra, Elvis, Jackson 5.
A little bit of everything, huh?
A little bit of everything, yo. So that's why Buena Vista Social Club, obviously Celia Cruz was always kind of in my world because, we're Cuban. I'm from a Cuban family, and that's just what was playing every Nochebuena with the pig and everything, and the arroz y frijoles and the yuca. So, so it's just like a mixture. That's where I got all my inspiration. It was just a mixture of those sounds, and then, unconsciously or consciously, I kind of made it my own.
Claro que sí. Have you hit a few obstacles being that, you're a Latina in the game, but you know what I mean? Have you hit a few obstacles being the fact that you're a Latina, una mujer tratando de superar en esta industria?
That's the thing is, Tumbao, the song that I wrote, is about, an interaction that I had with an A&R at a label, and she goes, you're Latin, and, you really need to embrace your Latinness and, sing songs like, and she compared me to like a cheetah girl. And I was like, what? I'm like, yo, seriously? Like, that is not my song. I even wrote about it in the song. I was like, yo, I'm not here to be like, I never hid the fact that I was Latin. She's like, you need to embrace it. I'm like, yo, I never hid the fact that I was Cuban. I never hid the fact that I was Latin. I'm like, there was nothing to be hidden, but I'll be damned if I end up doing something, that's just really pop and really kind of like cliche Latin thing. Like, that's not what Latins are about. And she wasn't even Latin. That's what kind of pissed me off the most. I was like, she doesn't even know, you know what I mean?
I could imagine.
I mean, that was really the only thing, though. Other than that, I think everybody embraces it because everybody knows that at the end of the day, the Latin, how do you say, the Latin demographic is the largest growing demographic in the United States right now, so we're kind of taking over,
Absolutely, we're the new majority, like I always say. When you were younger, cuando eras una niña, ¿qué era tu sueño? What did you want to be cuando eras una niña?
Una cantante.
Okay, so this has always been your dream.
Yeah, this was always my dream. It was always what I wanted to do. I was always writing songs. I was always writing poems. I was always obsessed with rhyme and poetry and expression. And, my mom was like super strict Cuban mom. She's like, no puedes irte de la casa. No. You can't sleep over a friend's house. No. So I was always like, in my emotions and frustrated. And, that was just my mom being a good, single Cuban mother of four, kind of raising us by herself. So she just, she kind of did what she had to do. But,
awesome.
In a way, it kind of made me feel like I needed to express myself, So the only way that I could do it was through writing, It's like my one little venting mode where I could just write about whatever I wanted to.
Absolutely. So check this out. I want to go with this video real quick. We're going to actually play the video para todo el mundo que está con nosotros. Vamos a tocar este video. It's called Gangsta, which is killing the Reds. You got about over 2 million hits on this, right?
Yeah, I think it's at 3 now, actually.
Nice. So we're going to play this video, then after that seguimos con la entrevista. ¿Qué te parece, mi amor? ¿Bien?
Qué bueno, yeah, let's do it.
All right, quédense aquí. Dahlia con nosotros representando a todas las mujeres y el mercado latino como se debe representar. Watch out for this girl and enjoy this video, mi gente.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amigos? Les saludo Don Omar, invitándoles a que se queden en sintonía de esta mi emisora. Tu emisora, Red Link Radio, la red urbana musical más grande del ciberespacio.
Ahí estaba Gangsta de Dahlia con nosotros en redlinkradio.com. Your boy Aj El Kallejero holding it down. What a beautiful song. You killed that, baby girl.
Thank you, baby.
So talk to me. How were you feeling when you were writing this song and you were singing this song? How were you feeling at that moment?
I was stressed. I was stressed out, that's for sure. I was definitely frustrated. I was at a time in my life where, if you almost feel like you kind of lost sight of yourself, and it was frustrating, and it was definitely a lot of emotions.
Lo que me gusta es que you're actually giving real life situations, you know what I mean, in your music, and a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what every artist aspires to do, is kind of connect with the with the people, and ultimately that's what is thankfully, making the record win, because ultimately the song, I don't think anybody was expecting it to do as well as it's doing.
Not at all. But check it out. Now, this is what concerns me. You're telling me that you're a Cuban, you were raised by a Cuban mom, which everybody knows that. Everybody knows a Cuban mom. I was actually raised by a Cuban family. That was one of my nannies. So I know that the women are very strict.
Yeah.
How did your family feel? How was the initial shock by putting their business on the song Gangsta? Are they happy with what's going on and with your success?
Well, at first they were not. At first, my mom was very upset. She was not happy about it, and she, super strict. And, she was, my dad heard it. Everybody heard it.
They were like, oh my goodness, ¿qué estás haciendo?
I know. She didn't even, this is how mad she was. She didn't even call me. She didn't even call me. She actually ended up trying to get my dad to call me. And she was like hyping my dad up, like, yo, you have to hear this song that she wrote. She put all her business out there. And my dad calls me and he was like, listen, Mama, he's like, you definitely put our business out there, and that is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's true, And he's like, when I heard it, I started, tearing up because, it is what it is, So
That's
I'm not mad, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, cool, And my mom eventually, now they support me 100%, They're all about it. They're promoting the song. They're promoting everything. Because I think they realize, that it's not so much about me and like my problems, but it's about everybody, how many people are connecting to it, and that's like the most important thing.
How was South by Southwest? How was that?
South by was dope. South by was it was great. I got to perform all these performances. I love Austin. It was just a dope experience. I wasn't out there just as a as an artist, but I was out there as a fan. So I got to see, you know, Justin Timberlake, Kid Cudi, and then I got to do my performances, and the crowds were dope. Like, the people that came out to see me, it was crazy.
Was it your first big festival?
It was, yeah. It was my first big festival. I had done radio shows and things like that, which I'm doing now. I'm doing a lot of radio shows around, but that was definitely my first festival.
Were you nervous?
I was not. I was excited. I was anxious. I was excited. You know, I didn't realize how big of a deal it was, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I had never heard of South by Southwest before, and then when I went out there, I was like, oh, I get it now. You know what I mean? And it was dopeness.
For to hear your music, like to get to know more about you, ¿dónde se pueden conectar la gente que están escuchando aquí para saber más de Cat Dahlia?
You can follow me on Twitter at Cat Dahlia, and on Instagram at The Real Cat Dahlia.
Okay.
And then just look out for the album. It's coming out in September. And ¿qué más? And
¿Qué más tienes por ahí? So let me tell you, you're a lady that's super busy, trabajando bien duro. Is there a man in your life?
No, definitely not.
Not at all. Single? Looking
Single.
Looking or just focus on your career right now?
I'm focused right now. But you know, I feel like if you try to look or try to chase something, it always runs away from you. So when it comes, it'll come naturally. When it's meant to be, it'll be.
Amen. Un consejo para las mujeres que quieren estar en esta industria, want to either pursue entertainment, communications, or actually be an artist.
I mean, well, as an artist, you know, something that I would recommend is, you know, come in with music. Don't come in with maybe, you know, an idea of maybe what you want to do. No, come in knowing who you are, what you want to do. You know, come in with the music, and from that you will surpass already so many people that are already, you know, trying to make it. You know what I mean? Come in knowing who you are and stick to that, and always stay true to yourself, because ultimately, if you try to become something different, then you're already doing what, you know what I mean? You're not being different.
Nah,
you know
without a doubt. We got one more video. Why don't we play this one more video right now? Yes, mi gente, continuamos aquí, Redlink Radio, tu servidor Aj El Kallejero from coast to coast para el mundo entero. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros en la emisora cibernética de Don Omar, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time con tu servidor, señorita.
Dime.
You good? You good?
Yeah, baby.
Damn, I love your music, girl. Like I told you, I think you got a crazy different style. And talk to me, because a lot of people here, I've been seeing on YouTube, right, that you do some stuff on the Cat Hugh style, and people want to know. They just hit me up right now telling me, AJ, are you gonna do more music like that?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be, you know, absolutely. I mean, my music is definitely gonna be a whole mixture of things, and I want to bring that sound back. Okay. I'm actually going to be posting some of those songs up to download, because I know a lot of fans want to download those songs because they're only on YouTube. So I think tomorrow I'm going to put them up, put like 3 or 4 of them up to download.
Nice. Do you think it's important para un artista que escriba su propia música?
Do I think that it's important?
Yes.
Absolutely. I think that the only way for you to kind of be yourself and show who you are and be a true artist is to, I believe, is to write your own music. I think that's the most vulnerable moment, you know?
Okay, would you ever sing a song of another person, like another person writing a song for you?
No, definitely. I mean, I do co-writing, so I'll like come in and write with someone, or if I do hear a song it hasn't happened yet, but if I do hear a song that I feel like, wow, this is like how I'm feeling right now, or this is who I am, this is me, this is definitely a message that I want to be sending out, then I will absolutely sing it.
All right, cool. And me dijiste que My Garden should be coming out in September, right?
Yes.
Y en las redes sociales se pueden comunicar contigo ¿cómo?
Con Twitter at Cat Dahlia,
okay.
And Instagram at The Real Cat Dahlia. Y ahora yo tengo un Vine. Do you know what Vine is?
Yeah, I heard about that Vine. Is that the new thing coming out now?
Bro, it is the funniest thing ever. You have to get it. It's hilarious.
I'm going to have to get it right now then, because I've been seeing a lot of people on Instagram and on Twitter saying, catch me on Vine. I'm like, uh-oh.
Vine is, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't know how to do it right, but I just got it like 5 days ago, and I'm addicted. I was just Vining like 2 minutes ago.
That's the new thing? You was just Vining?
Yo, I'm telling you right now.
Vining in your garden.
Follow me.
I got you, baby girl. Listen, I know you're very busy. Muchísimas gracias por estar en el show. I wish you nothing but the best. Lo que necesites a la orden. And do remember that before the album drops, let's do another interview.
Claro, definitely.
Y mi gente sigan apoyando a través del Twitter. It's Cat Dahlia, correct?
Absolutely.
Could you spell that out for everybody por si en caso?
KatDahlia. KatDahlia.
You got it. We're on that second generation Latino tip. I feel you. I'm not mad at you, baby girl. One last question before we go. What is the most rewarding thing you get out of making music? Because everybody that I ask this question has different, views. What's yours?
The most rewarding thing is probably others enjoying it and being able to share it. When you get to share your music, that music is to be shared, it's to be enjoyed by others. So when you get to see others' reactions and see how much they enjoy it and get that positive feedback, that's the best.
All right, baby girl. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias. Would you like to send a couple shout-outs before you go? Anything else you want to promote before we finish this interview?
Shout out to Jay Den. Shout out to Cinematic. Shout out to the Matrix. Shout out to my mom and my dad and my brothers and sisters, because I got 6 of them, so I'm not going to name them.
Hey, I'm winning, actually. I got 7, so.
Nah.
It's redlinkradio.com, Kat. Muchísimas gracias, okay?
Muchísimas gracias, bye.
Besitos. Bye, mi gente. Seguimos con más música.